Hello. So this is what's happening right now is this huge winter storm. And when you see it on the map, you can see this big swath and it just came down like this. And so my right hand is the northeast. So we have the United States, and we have Florida, and we have California over here. So I do it backwards, right? I do it in my perspective, and people will get it. A lot of teachers for the deaf, I notice, will switch the map. I don't. It confuses me, and I haven't had anyone had a problem with that. But whatever your deaf person is doing, then do the same, because that's what they know, and communication that's the key, right? So we had this winter, and I'm going to do cold. You could do W for winter, but that's also the sign for weather, right? So I would do cold. You could do winter, but I do cold. That's winter. This cold, and you could say storm, right? Because we're going to go into that. It's a swath, and this is the northeast, and it's going down like that. So here we have Texas down here. So it's going down like that. And they got, hit in the northeast first, and then it goes on down. So what happens when you go further on the south, and I'm including Texas all the way to Florida, so the south, and it kind of goes up, so that's why I do that, the south. What happens is you'll have snow, so white, but it has winds for like 17 miles per hour or higher. They've had them higher in other areas. So that's what you want to do. So you do the numbers like 17 mph, miles per hour. And you would do your wind, or however you want it. So choose to do it. So most people that don't normally have snow have it. And then what's worse, or for people in the South, is it's not snowing, but it's raining. Because when you have precipitation, right, that is either going to be snow, or it's going to be rain, or it's going to be sleet, or it's going to be hail. So either one. And for the sleet and the hail, I would probably spell it, and you could say, oh, that's frozen rain or something like that. So it's raining. And then what happens is that the temperatures plummet. They plummet. I've seen people do temperatures, or, go way down like that. But this way, temperature. But I would probably temperature plummet. Temperature plummets to below, to freezing below. Freezing below. So you would say 32 below. And it could be like, 24 degrees Fahrenheit. And so now the roads are frozen. So it's dangerous to drive. And if you see on the internet many accidents, and so I've got my car accidents, you could have a big, truck, or they're all like in a line, and right, they have a wreck. So you could do that in various ways. But that'd be interesting. I mean, you don't take pleasure in trying to describe it, but it's important to learn how to describe what you're seeing, or what people are saying, or saying they're hearing. And so deaf people are saying, what are they saying? Because we can see it, right? And they can see it, but they want to know what's being said. So you can say, oh, they were just driving along, and then someone's, they couldn't stop or whatever, because ice, or black ice. So you can spell it, or you can ice. I would say frozen. Highway, dangerous to drive. Ooh, many people, accident. So be careful. Anyway, it's a short video, but I think it's important for the storm. So you can say it's a winter storm. It doesn't have to just be thunder and lightning and that kind of thing. And some people have said, oh, there's been thunder snow. So there's many ways that the storm, may hit. And so they may say, the power grid is fine, but I lost electricity. Why? Oh, because there was ice on the wires, on the electrical wires, or the telephone wires, whatever you want to call it. It's the old telephone wires, and the ice was on it, and so it blocked the electricity. Current. Current can be current is whatever the current, and so it blocks it, and so you don't have electricity. But they said the grid was fine. So now we have to wait for people to fix, those electrical lines. And I would do like this because, you see on the road those old, um, um, you know, timbers, and then it has the wire there. They have electricity and they have the phone and all that kind of thing that goes through that. So I would do that. I would do this for current. If you're an electrical engineer type person, when I would interpret it, it's a little bit different, but they can see the picture. And so you want to say, well, that ice is blocking that line. It's hanging on it so heavy and it's blocking the electricity. It can't get through. You could do it that way, right? So if you're explaining it, make sure it's understood. You don't have to, worry about, oh, is that going to be correct ASL? And, the deaf, when they see a sign that you're trying to do, they see it and they know what you're talking about, then they may show you a correct way, or a way that they understand it. And so then you go, oh, so you have more education. Don't feel embarrassed or ashamed, like, I don't know, and, and just embarrassment from that. It's their language, and they're trying to teach you, their language. And so accept it, go, oh, okay, well, I like that way better. Or, oh, that's interesting, okay. And then you use it. So in these times, it's good to be able to explain what's going on, with people like in a storm or something that is, something negative, and they're not sure what's up. And if you're able to explain it to them, they go, oh, okay, I understand now. That's why we don't have, any electricity and don't have heat or whatever. So anyway, practice, watch the news so you can practice, and watch the video so you can see the pictures or the videos of what's going on, so you can go, oh, I would probably do it with my hands this way using this classifier, So you could do this, or you could do this, this. So there's different ways, and it depends on how much traffic there is. If it's just like a motorcycle and a car, that kind of thing. And then there was a fire, and you can go on different things in what you see. So, and that's what happens with many people that live in an apartment, I would say. And sometimes, older homes, if you have not turned on the heat, and you turn it on, I'm doing the knob, turn it off, turn it on. Then sometimes, if there's some kind of flue that's got, something in it, then it can catch on fire. So just be careful. And I will see you later. Bye.